I'm so glad you said that because as you were talking about that, I thought, you know what? This is a great beer to have in the morning.
Yeah.
This is
Belgian waffles with syrup and salty, meaty bacon on the side.
Pints and Pairings is brought to you in part by We're Driving and The Beer Cave. Learn more about our sponsors at hopheadshead.com/pints-and-pairings. There's some nice jalapeno flavor. Already?
Yeah, I think so.
Already?
Let's do it. Let's intro. Let me stop trying to fill my face and say that we're here with the Pints and Pairings show.
There it is. Hey, I'm Curtis Taylor, also known as Hop Its Head.
Yes, you are. And I'm Jason Hennick with Everybody's Hungry. We're brewing. No, we're drinking brew tonight at Brew with a View, part of California Beer Festival's Ventura County Beer Week.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. I almost stumbled on it.
There's lots of Venturas and a lot of beers in that.
See, if I say that slow enough, though, then I know you can go in and you can chop each word and squish it back together.
Right. Ventura.
Not to give you more work or
Week,
anything.
beer, festival.
No, we're
as I piece it all together.
And we're on our third pairing tonight. This is going to be a really fun one for me because Chef Jason Collis from Plated Events is back as a returning champion from last year's Brew with a View. He was also the chef who did the food at my wedding. He was also the chef who did my 5-year anniversary dinner, much to the surprise of my wife, which is kind of cool, a little picnic style,
Nice.
with the same salad as our wedding day. But also, like to top it off, like just a little creme fraiche on top of the beautiful dish, which is not here. That was my analogy. Is this boar in the dish?
Yes.
Was from this hunting trip him and his son went on together. So like he shot this boar, not to be too direct, but that's how boar ends up on your plate. He and his son went out and hunted this boar, so you're literally eating the spoils of his adventure.
And the short of it is that if you are going to hang out with Jason, you better be entertaining because if you're bored, this is what ends up with you right here.
Touche.
No. Okay. So then I totally forgot about the boar because I was so stoked to try that. I dug in and had a big bite of the mac and cheese, and there's some jalapeno in there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And I don't know. I think did I get the whole piece? Yeah. There's it's chunked up. It's like sliced and diced in there. But it permeates.
That goes well though.
But it permeates the whole thing. I didn't take a bite of the meat yet, so I'm looking forward to.
So I'll tell you what you're missing.
Getting there.
Just to give our listeners a little bit of what we've got going on. So they're partnered with the Lab tonight. Chef Jason Collis is with the Lab. Ooh, bumped my little mic here. Roger is over there pouring his Belgian Tripel. The Belgian Tripel, I have to be honest, it's a lot lighter than I expected. So color-wise, it threw me off. But flavor-wise, it's up there. It's got a really fun Belgian dankness to it. There's some definite sweetness in the backbone, and I think that sweetness plays so nicely with this jalapeno and the soy braise, the orange soy braise that Chef put on the wild boar, because there's just a way that the sweetness and the heat meld together in a fun way.
Well, I'm glad that you talked about the sweetness with the jalapeno because I wasn't. That's what I was thinking, but I was like, boy, I don't know if I've ever had a triple with jalapeno. I always think of trying with a crisp pale ale, maybe a Pilsner or something else, where the hop and the carbonation kind of up the bite of it. This plays right into the jalapeno flavor, first of all, and then whatever heat is kind of sitting there.
This is
the triple helps it. The triple helps to take it out all together.
And we're talking about comfort mac and cheese here, and boar, which it's just at a wild pig status, really. So who doesn't love pig?
It's a big, wild, hairy pig.
Although it's very comfort driven, this is a really beautiful reflection to me of like hot and sweet Asian food. They're, although we're using jalapenos and again the mac and cheese, it's still that orange soy glaze and braise that happened with the wild boar and the gaminess of the wild boar. Everything just really comes together. This is again another nice dish. We talked in the last 2 episodes about the level of creativity and ability of all the brewers and the chefs. This is stiff competition tonight. I'm happy with these pairings.
Right, and so, the last one we had was this wonderful complex pairing. It resonated, it complemented, it contrasted, it did all of these things. The same things are happening with this one too, and the orange soy glaze is, I think, maybe the thing that pulls everything together. So you've got this slightly salty goodness, which helps to just kind of heighten the senses. Then you've got the orangeness, which resonates with all of the sweet flavors, the fruity flavors.
I had to
that
step
are
back
coming
from the
out.
mic for a second so you didn't hear my jaws smacking together. But this is a really fun pairing, partially too for me with the triple because of the richness. Like this is, like you mentioned in the last dish with Poseidon and with the Cafe Fiore combination, that it was intricate, it was delicate, it was complex. This is still all those things, but in the opposite spectrum for me. There's a richness, there's a depth to this one, and a warmth out of this dish, whereas the other one was a little more light and refreshing and crisp.
Mm-hmm.
But still, as you said, this is an awesome brew of the view already. I'm just gonna say it right out. I'm glad I'm not voting,
Right.
because I'd have a hard time picking a winner so far. And we're only 3 in.
Well, and so my last bites with this, just to kind of talk about it ad nauseum here.
See, I keep disappearing from the mic
There
too. I
was-
got to get my more bites.
There wasn't any more jalapeno in there. There wasn't any more pork. It was just noodles, okay? But the way that it was prepared, that jalapeno has permeated the noodles, so it's still there. It's still resonating. It makes you want to have another drink of the beer. It keeps working. Much the same way a really nice dry beer does. That the food or the dish urges you to take another bite just to kind of help soothe, but then all of a sudden it's there again.
I like that you said help soothe because our minds are on the same wavelength. I'm sitting here taking a breath, and that tingle, that heat of the jalapeno is lingering on my palate. Not in an uncomfortable way, but it's definitely sitting there. This triple offers just that great sweetness and that little bit of residual sugar caramely reflection to wash that away for a second. This is, again, kudos to that pairing.
So I had to go back and try a dessert now after I finished that up.
I don't have any beer left for this one, so I'll trust your judgment.
I just did the macadamia nut white chocolate and the triple. It's what I was expecting.
So I know you just handed me your glass to sample a little bit what you have. I'm gonna be daring, and I think that this is gonna be a great resonation with the carrot cake cupcake and the icing for that triple.
Well, the macadamia nut cookie was fantastic. It had the same. There was the same way that the last pairing was with that we talked about with it, in that the malt bill is so light that it resonates with the very light flour that's in the cookie.
And I tell you, that sounds like a really good pairing. I went with the carrot cake cupcake. It's really moist. It's delicious. It sets this. There's so much sweetness though. It sets this triple back, not in a bad way, but it puts it more into that crisp, almost kind of, dare I say, almost saison kind of direction.
Yeah.
There's some wheatgrassy things going on now. I expected the triple to be more caramel malt, like against this cupcake, but no, the cupcake says, "Hey, I'm the leader in the sweetness category. You get to cleanse me this time."
That it did, yes. So expect that if you go up against some
heavy
what
spice.
would this be? Cream cheese, icing,
Yeah.
frosting. Make sure that you're looking at. We've got
Rory's
people-
like, "Hey, a true hospitality and gentleman, a Scots gentleman, he wants to know, can he fill our glass? We're actually going to come out and join you in 2 seconds when we finish this segment." See, that is reflective, though, of the people here and the type of event that Brew the View is. Like, there's great beer, there's great food, and great people, and we're all going to have a good experience together.
True that.
Cheers to the California Beer Festival and Vincenzo and Tammy for putting together an awesome event.
I'm just going to see how many more 80s, early 90s colloquial isms that I can pull out. Word was earlier. True that. I'm just full of them tonight.
So I'm apparently Radio Gold, and you're full of colloquialisms. That's why we're a dynamic duo here at Pints and Pairings.
We certainly are.
Thank you, Roy McNeil.
Nice. All right, so let's call this one quits, and we'll go get, because the band starts in 30 minutes. We've got two more to go. Okay, we can do it. We can push it through. In fact, I think maybe we should do both
of the train pulling out of the station for the
All
next
right.
pairing.
All right. Well,
what do you always say, Curtis?
yeah, well, I guess we're at the end, and we haven't talked out yet, have we? You know what, everyone? Eat, drink, and be happy.
See you at the next pour. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Curtis Taylor from Hophead Said.
And I'm Jason Hendrick from Everybody's Hungry. Whether it's a night out with friends or listening to the Pints and Pairings show, getting home safe requires some planning. We trust our vehicles and ride home to Weird Driving, based in Oxnard, California.
Find out more about this designated driving service at weirdriving.com. That's WERE driving.com. If you're not in SoCal, find a trusted DD service in your area, and we'll see you at the next pour.
Cheers.